Hey folks, this is Vagrant. Welcome back to Avowed, and what is, I suspect, the end of Avowed. We'll have to wait and see. But, oops, daisy. I need to remember the buttons. Sola's Keep has been under attack from the Steel Garrote. I'm not sure who in the Steel Garrote. I'm just going to turn this down one sec. Oh, it's loud. Okay. And we are going to try to find our way to the garden via the lava tubes. And Thingy is down here as well, Dwarf Boy. And Dwarf Boy is doing some very silly things. Oh, hello, big new hole. Ooh, shiny somewhere. But yeah, this is very well timed. It's the final episode. Oblivion came out yesterday. And it's already very confusing because they both have different jump buttons and stuff like that. Like, I don't mind recording two games at once, but it's nice when there's less crossover. They're both first-person action RPGs, so it can be, well, first-person RPG games. So it can be a little tricky flitting between the two. So thankfully, this should be near the end. But I've really enjoyed Avowed. We'll talk more about the game as a whole at the end of the video, I'm sure. Got a world to save, baby. I'm hoping we get enough materials as well to also fully upgrade our armor before the end, if nothing else. Find the entrance to the garden in the lava tubes. All right.
What a unique ecosystem. Under different circumstances, I would love to spend some quality time here. Much as I want to study the life forms around us, we should...
Magma's getting awfully high. You might want to hurry.
It looks so good. It's wild how good it looks. It makes me want to watch Volcano again. I have to find more Volcano films. There aren't that many. There was... Oh, I guess I've never seen Towering Inferno. Was that about a volcano? I don't think so. I guess I've never seen Pompeii, but it looks rubbish. Tell me to go that way. Which means, yeah. You always can tell. I don't know what we need. What do we need to level up? Our it's the armor I'm trying to level, isn't it? I need one more level. You're not gonna. Oh no, it's maxed out. I'm talking nonsense. Okay, it'd be nice to level up the book then, but it's not really a big deal. All right, sweet. I just want the achievement. I don't even know why. I don't know why, because I just don't really fundamentally care, and yet I clearly care so much. Bonk. It's hard to remember sometimes. This spell is the range on the ice pillar is much bigger than the range on meteor shower. So you can't really do what I just did, where you try to do one from a distance and then pop the other in later on. Get bonked.
That's all of them.
Yeah, that's all of them. Here. Yeah, I'm gonna miss Avowed. Hopefully get a sequel. It has made me think I should play Outer Wilds, because it's the same dev company and they are coming out with Outer Wilds 2 pretty soon, so...
Cost left them behind to die. Blessed Korba.
How the heck do I get down there? Interesting. Okay, keep an eye out for like a breakable wall with that. Interesting. It's not like it looks important, to be fair, but I don't like not knowing. Well, I like not knowing as long as I eventually do know, and clearly I'm not going to eventually know. There must be a breakable wall down there somewhere that I've missed. Come on, Kostya, let's have a chat. I know you're trying to do a good thing here, man. I do. I know that. But you're also working with the Steel Garrote, and that makes you a bit of a dick. Ah, but Mahala's gonna get you all killed. It's tricky. It's like, you have to choose a side, but both sides are idiots. Just put me in charge, and I'll sort it, you know? Instead, we have to deal with these belonkins. I can't remember the word that Marius uses. It's not belonkins. Something like belonkins. Okay. I wasn't sure if that would work. It turns out you actually... you can't jump on that. Been thinking about doing that for a long time, about trying to jump on the ice thing. It is not to be. Whoa. Who needs it anyway, eh? Who blimmin' needs it? Get bonked. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oopsie daisy. Bloody hell. I'll never not be satisfying, I tell you. Maybe a little late for that charter. One final little skeleton Nolan's lonesome. Like, go kill him really quickly. Let's pop haste now. Just a minute now. Oh, I leveled up. I'm not going to hit max level. That's quite surprising to me. I've been very thorough. I've not done absolutely everything, I'm sure. Like, I'm sure there's some things we didn't find, but I've been pretty goddamn thorough, you know? And yeah, I'm not going to get max level. Sad. Right, they're all above 5. Well, I guess Revolt. Go on then. What do I want points in? My spells are all maxed. Fire accumulation, maybe. I'm thinking I can probably put a point in critical hit, steal 10%, or let's get more stun, maybe. 15% more health's quite a lot. Doesn't really matter. More stamina. Just get more health, I guess. Doesn't really matter.
Voices silenced.
On my way, Sapidol. On my way. Don't you worry about it. Now, I've been backing you up throughout the entire game, despite the fact you've murdered many, many innocents. So
We need to keep moving if we're gonna catch Costume.
that doesn't look great for me. So I need you to be chill. Stop causing the dream scourge, okay? Okay. Should have taken the stamina. Definitely one of the bigger problems at the moment. Maxims the Pargrunen 6. In older lands it was said, place the doing before the telling, place the act of work before the boast of history. Now it is written in blood. No. It's only the first line, and that's different every time. Everything else is always, write it in blood. I don't think the dwarves are particularly bloody people, but here they are.
They wound us, and we wound in return.
I'm going to need you to stop that, Sapidol. The garden is a household name, spoken in awed and hushed tones. We Pargrunen have known since the moment we arrived that to protect it was our sacred charge, given us to by Wodeker herself through our great founder. Beyond that, none knew the truth of what the garden really was. On one instance, a bold young warden attempted to build in secret a vessel that would survive the trip across the Acid Sea. Upon discovering this, Nandru exiled the warden, claiming that the island's secrets were to remain just that. Entrusted by Nandru himself, I'm the only warden alive that knows the truth of the garden's nature. Wally, smite me should I ever give in to temptation and put the secret to writing. The end of the document is marked with a faded symbol reminiscent of an eye. Because that's what Wally's symbol is, right? Wally's the eye boy. Interesting. What the garden really is. I feel like there's a revelation still to come. You know, there's still some trick to happen. What's going on down here? Is that thingy? I want to call him Keiko. He's not called Keiko, but I want to call him
Take your
Keiko.
time. One slip and you're dead.
Konko. Kinky. Alright, let's go see what Kinky Konko wants. Oh, you're not Kinky Konko. Oh, he's just a skeleton. Oh, Sibelius? Who the hell's Sibelius? Who are you? Who's this guy? There's a priest somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Trying to loot, man. Look at that stun build up. Absolutely crazy. I didn't think pull of Eora worked like that, but it did seem like that Wraith just got pulled up afterwards. Where the hell did you come from? Like he ran in after everyone else had already died. Like, I'll save you. This mace is busted. It is too strong. It is genuinely too strong. There's a reason you don't get it till the end of the game, as I've said. I think any earlier. Yeah. Archibald, it is indeed. What's going on here? Oh, what that's all about. We are going that way, but there's this thing over here. Ow, 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 ow. Stop! Stop it! I was about to say it's a beautiful little area with all these sort of off-white little plants. It's really interesting looking. I've been poisoned for 20 billion years. Stop looking at me.
Got eyes on something?
Not well, that didn't work.
They're coming.
You tried. That's what matters. I'm not sure smashing it does that much. It very rarely seems to actually make a big difference. You know, smashing the ice pillar afterwards. I guess it should help. I'm surprised in a way that I'm still getting as much loot as I have. This game does not have a new game plus. I believe you can't even carry on when the main game ends. Like, I think when you're done, you're done.
That Korba must be stopped.
Korba. Is that one of the apes from Planet of the Apes? We suggest we're going to get the chance to spend some money. How has he got down here? Considering what's in the way, how has he got down here alive, out of curiosity? Borodin. Who? Come here. It's all these random named skeleton people. I don't know what that's about. Dwarves of old? They don't look like dwarves. None of the skeletons look like dwarves, actually. Thanks, Borodin.
Glad that's over.
Yeah, you don't really ever see dwarven skeletons. There's no children, there's no dwarf skeletons. There's lots of little details like that I'd like to see the world kind of fleshed out a bit more, I suppose, in the sequel. But as I say, we'll probably talk about that a little bit more at the end. I will say a lot of the quality of life stuff in this game has kind of spoiled me, because I've gone back to Oblivion, as I say. Started recording that, obviously you've been seeing that for a few good weeks now, but for me, just started yesterday. And Oblivion is very much Oblivion. It's not
Cost you knew about this?
really
He'd be selling tickets.
been updated. You know, graphically it's new, but the gameplay is very much as it once was. Now that's fine, but it does make you see just how much the quality of life has changed since. Things in this game, like you don't have arrows or bullets, you know, it's just infinite. You can break things down in your inventory or send them back to a base camp and all that kind of stuff. And that's stuff that doesn't exist in Oblivion. And you feel it every now and again, that slight annoyance between you and the game. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. This game is trying to be quite slick in a way, quite easy to access, and just removing those little barriers. Those little barriers are part of embedding you into the world sometimes. It's annoying having to carry arrows around and pick them up, but it also grounds you a little bit more in the universe because it's a more realistic thing. One is not better than the other, is what I'm trying to say. They both have their benefits and drawbacks. They both achieve different things. Avowed style makes for a smoother game experience. Am I jumping? I feel like I'm jumping. Allons-y. Has never been down here. Oh, yeah. Avowed makes for like a smoother gaming experience, but it is noticeably slick, and you're less in the world.
Daylight. Essence we have not felt in centuries.
I know you.
Who is this?
Speak.
Who are you?
Here.
Oh, sorry.
My sister. Soul of my soul. How did you find me here? I have been here for so long.
Is this
My
non-Drew?
memories are tattered. They fall apart when I look too long at them. There was a man called Nandru once, beloved of a terrible god.
Called it.
I remember it all. I feel Sabadal's mind beneath yours, swimming in the deep. You should run.
Because he called me sister, so I instantly thought, well, it's because of the facial markings. Non-Drew, of course, was a worshipper of Sapadal as well, before everything kind of went haywire.
No. Nor will they here, where we are blessedly invisible to them. I pray my soul disintegrates to dust, to tatters. I pray my soul is lost and never found again. True death will be a relief, if it at last allows me to know silence.
You're an optimist, Non-Drew, and that's what I like about you. You're a god like a Sabadal too, aren't you?
That was the name they gave themselves. Stolen from the ancient souls, whose deaths gave rise to them, to us. We were little more than appendages to them. That is why I must ask you to destroy them.
I'm going to save Sappadol and end the Dream Scourge.
They shield you from the truth of what they are. The Dream Scourge has existed as long as they have. Don't you see? It is their infection.
Oh no.
You, my sister, who are more brave than I, go now to the garden and hang the gardener from their tree.
Where do I go?
You need only walk a little more. You are nearly at the end. You know, I always meant to die down here. To siphon my soul into a lonely pillar, disconnected from the stone that makes our world. Disconnected from them. I only hope that Sappadol releases you to the same long peace.
Thank you, Nandru.
Do not thank me. Only do as I asked. Destroy them, sister. And when you see Wodeka, tell her I said hello.
Strange. Phantasmal focus picked up something, but it's gone now.
Envoy, you alright? We lost you there.
Ooh, look at the gun.
Not like before.
This is interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about what just happened, because in the past it's always been terrible people telling us to get rid of Sappadol, right? It's always been the people trying to kill us at the trial. I mean, a lot of people at this point have told us Sappadol is terrible. It's happened at least 3 times. We had the Godless at the Ruins at Nakutadek. We had Ludwin, of course. And now we've had Nandru. And also the other gods. So Nandru's actually the 4th person to say, go kill Sappadol. Nobody's saying to save... Nobody is telling us to save Sappadol. Nobody except Sappadol is telling us to save Sappadol. Literally nobody. Everyone else wants us to kill her. But the other gods are all dicks, and Ludwin's a dick, and the guys at the temple were dicks, so it was easy to ignore them. Nandru, on the face of it, at least for most of that conversation, I was like, well, why would he lie? Why would he try to convince me to do something that was wrong? I couldn't see what he would stand to gain from it, considering he was...
He's already proven himself an enemy of Solace. Whatever you choose to do with him after we stop him is fine with me.
Because he was one of Sappadol's godless.
The sluice gates are just ahead. Kostya's probably already there. Let's move.
However,
Lava's rising. We have to stop this now.
he finished it all off by saying, tell Wodeka I said hello. Which makes me think he, you know, gave in to Wodeka or swapped over to Wodeka or something to do with Wodeka. And we know that Wodeka did not like Sappadol and wanted to see Sappadol taken down. So just that line alone was enough to make you think, well, clearly I'm giving Sappadol a lot of rope here.
Oh, you made it. I thought all of you Aedyrans were killed when the volcano erupted.
Hey, Kostya. Chat to you in a minute, buddy. I say buddy. Lovely jubbly. Records of Old Solace, Pot 6. Solace Keep was an ambitious undertaking, but under Nandru's guidance, leadership and determination, it was finished. A beacon that stands proud as a symbol of the Pargrunan living within its walls. With this done, Nandru presented to us an even greater challenge. The Floating Foundry, a massive facility built atop a river of lava. Many wardens lost their lives securing the construction site, and many more died during the foundry's construction. Their sacrifices, while tragic, were not in vain. The Floating Foundry was erected, bringing with it arms and armour of unparalleled quality. Unfortunately, the foundry did not last long. Less than 8 years after its construction, tragedy struck. An eruption caused the rivers to swell, and none were able to make it to the sluice gate in time. Now only ruins remain. Though it is gone, may the foundry's fall serve as a reminder to all of us that unchecked ambition will lead to ruin. These are the final words of First Elder Monk Karitana. May Wale guide me on the journey to my next life. Wale.
Help me destroy this winch. We can't risk someone turning it and opening the gates. If the keep falls so that we might live, so be it.
I killed Ludwin, your scheme is over.
I figured you might have. Bloodthirsty. You people just can't help yourselves.
I mean, she doesn't have any blood, so... You don't know the steel garrote like I do? They had to be stopped.
I could have used them. I could have fixed everything.
No, you couldn't.
But you've done me a favor in a way. So long as the keep stands, my people are trapped here, doomed by an oath to a dead man. Our people were nomads for ages until we built the keep. When it falls, we'll be free to explore the world again. I will not watch my people rot here for the sake of a pointless oath.
Nandru lied about the oath. The garden is a secret prison for a god. You're just the jailers.
Then my conviction only grows stronger, envoy. Nandru never wanted what was best for us. He built us a tomb and abandoned us to it. Do not speak his name to me as if it could mean anything to you.
What would you have me do, Marius?
Well, he has a point. But it's not worth letting Solace fall to prove it.
You, of all people, are speaking in favor of the suffocating grasp of tradition.
I'm talking about not destroying our ancestral home just because you don't like Nandru. You're just as blinded by those traditions as Mihala. Have the courage to leave if you want, but don't force everyone else to.
That's kind of where I'm leaning on this. I mean, my problem is they're both idiots. And like, if there was a third party who's like, well, we should keep the keep, but, you know, maybe we should trade a bit more of the outside world and do more stuff like that. They'd be like, yeah, obviously that's the right thing to do. Let's do that. I think forcing it through by destroying the keep and potentially risking a lot more lives as well in the process is a bit silly, I'm afraid.
A life for rubble, blood for the prison of old ways. We twine.
Stand down, Kostya. This just isn't your day.
So be it. And you are so close. The entrance to the garden is just beyond this door. I always knew it would come to this.
Is it me or is Kostya like a really good looking guy?
Let's finish row up 10! Worth it.
He's very pretty for a dwarf. That sounds wrong, you know what I mean. They're not a species that are often rendered beautifully. Alright, Kostya, calm down. Calm down. Jeez Louise.
Did you see me, Marius?
God, I need to heal.
Gather round.
Okay, so we need to either sabotage the gears to doom Solace Keep or open the sluice gates to save Solace Keep. I'm going to save the keep, but I'm going to have a word with Mihala and try to convince her to change the error of her ways. To see the error of her ways. And maybe open her mind and the keep a little bit more to the outside world. That's the plan. We'll see if it works.
It's done. Solace is safe. Thank the gods.
This is the only option that gives us more options down the line. You know, we can destroy Solace Keep and then we've just done it and that's it. It kind of ends. If you think about your decisions as points on a line, that would be the end of the line. There's nothing to do beyond that. You know, you force them to do something. And I don't think it's my place either to kind of force the dwarves to reckon with their behavior and their traditions. But by keeping the keep around, we have at least... there could be more points on the line afterwards. You know what I mean? Right, what did we get? We got Counselor's Garb. Plus 50 stealth attack damage. Damn. And 5 damage. This is really good if you're a ninja. I don't get the feeling stealth in this game is particularly good, though. I don't think it's something the game is particularly well designed to let you do. It looks... Why does it look so much better on the preview? Like, the darker shade looks really cool. If it didn't have these weird little flappy bits, I'd probably use that, you know. Alas. Break it all. Counselor's shoes. 15 maximum essence. 3 dexterity. And those are pretty good. I'm not going to use them, but they're pretty... I mean, my boots aren't necessarily great. 3 dexterity is a lot. What's dexterity do again? Attack speed. Oh, sorry. It really has been a long few days. Alright, Mahalo. Mahalo. We're going to have a chat. But, I'm telling you, the dwarves need to change. Alright? Because you're dying, lass. You're dying. You're all bloody dying. I'm hoping when we save Sappadal, if that's what we end up doing, I really feel like everyone is pushing me to not save Sappadal. And I don't want to save her because she's my god and I'm her godless or whatever, her godlike, because I think that's a silly reason to do it. And she has killed a lot of innocents. But the other gods are dicks. And she was just young and scared.
But I'll settle for a drink on the house.
Right, so that's the garden. So I can fast travel back here, clearly. So we should go and talk to Mihala first. It doesn't look like we're going to get much more opportunity to do so. And also Marius. And I think Yasli want to talk to us as well, so we'll get that in while we can. Undra, the goddess of oceans, forgotten things, lost and relent. Oh.
I feel crazy saying this, but Kostya was right. We should have let Solace Keep fall.
Okay.
Crazy is one word for it. You really think you can just burn down someone's ancestral home?
Dearie, the Keep isn't a home. It's a prison. And now the Pargrunen will never escape.
Solace is my home. I still don't get why any of you feel like you have a say in this.
Exactly.
But you left.
Because I chose to. Kostya doesn't get to make that decision for everybody.
If Kostya doesn't, Mihala will.
The only change they need is to allow people to leave. If people were allowed to leave and trade with the outside world, all problems would be fixed. You can't, like, it's not my choice to burn down the ancestral home of a race of people. You know, that's it. Marius is right. Like, whatever Marius told me to do, I would have done, I think, in that situation. If Marius had said to burn it down, I probably would have gone with it. With Solace standing, those who want to leave can, and those who want to stay still have the choice. I don't know if that's true, but we'll try to make it true.
Exactly.
The Pargrunen have always had the choice to leave, and we've seen very few take it, dear.
Well, that's their
Amalia and her
choice.
people took up arms and turned to banditry, and they still weren't allowed to leave. If anything, I imagine Mihala and her traditionalists will only make it harder to leave now.
Well, I still think it's the right choice, and I'm going to talk to Mihala. I feel like it's kind of like when the government tries to control what people do with their body. Or anyone does, you know, anti-abortion clinics, people who are anti-tattoo, anything like that, really. I just think it's not your business. And it's the same with this. This just isn't our business.
You know your own mind. There's something to be said for that.
True. And you've a date with the gods soon. We can only hope that you'll make better decisions.
Enough talking in
Fuck you,
circles.
Leslie.
Let's save our strength for the garden.
I don't need that
I, for one,
attitude.
could use a long rest. And I'm betting the envoy could too.
Right. Looking forward to it.
Now, who wants to talk? Oh, it is Yasli.
I'm starting to suspect that every single leader in the Living Lands is incompetent.
Yeah.
Truly. Is there no vetting process? Hopefully those in Solace Keep will choose their leaders with more care in the future. But we should check on Marius. I'll make him some soothing perfume, but I think a few words from you would help too.
Are you mad?
Oh, Why would I be mad at you consigning a people to a lifetime imprisoned by their traditions and literal stone walls? Sound like me at all. I do not envy the Pargrunen in any case. Meeting that council gave me a new appreciation for Vidaru.
Do you think that Fjord could devolve?
There's always a way for things to get worse, dearie. I wouldn't be surprised. We're losing focus on the important things. Things like the garden. Oh, come on, Envoy, let's get going. How can I help, darling? Don't mind if I do.
I must admit, I had my doubts about Solace. It was like a dungeon, except the wardens were the prisoners. You could have helped Kostya destroy the keep, but you left it standing. Why?
I'm really surprised people are taking... I know she's not taking an issue with this, but I'm surprised it's a thing so much at all. The wardens should decide for themselves, basically, yeah.
I agree. A decision like this belongs to the community, not the ambitions of one man. Even if Solace isn't going anywhere, I think your arrival was a sign of changes to come. Wherever you go, you break people out of their habits. You banish the old ways.
Being the envoy of a tyrannical empire has its perks.
And its disadvantages. Someone is always watching you. Wherever that
Maybe I
power
like that.
comes from, whether it's your heritage or political status, it's a terrible burden. I don't envy you, but at least you keep things interesting.
Gosh, Marius wants to talk, right? Oh, Jart wants to talk again.
Let me get this straight. You spoke to the spirit of Nandru, a godlike, same as you. What did he say? Any advice? Any words of encouragement?
I wouldn't say that. He told me to kill Sapadal.
Oh. I take it that wasn't what you expected. I should have seen this coming. Never listen to the dead. They're cynical, full of regret, and determined to make us all miserable. Thankfully, you're still alive. Fate is in your hands.
I find that I align with most things Giata says. I'm trying to think if I've ever been on the opposite side of anything. I think there's one thing. What Sapadal is awful as Nandru says.
What happened to Nandru was ages ago. Plenty of time to reconsider one's choices. No one is closer to Sapadal than you are. Nandru lost that privilege when he died. Which means you alone can judge the god of the living lands. Your opinion is the one that counts.
Sapadal suffered too.
A caged animal lashes out at friend and foe alike. For what it's worth, I think you're going to be fine. No matter what you do about Sapadal, it can't get any worse. I wish I could say the same for the living lands. Pleasant dreams.
I'm not filled with confidence on any of that, but we'll see. Marius.
Envoy, you're probably here to see how I'm doing, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing great. I always knew my home would destroy itself from within. I just never thought I'd get a chance to stop it.
You did well.
Right. If you get any more sappy, I'll think you've turned into a tree. But enough of that. You have a lot to do, and I'm right behind you.
Aww.
Right. Changing the subject.
He's very short. That's not a dwarf joke. He's just very short with his answers. He's not obvious with his emotions and stuff, but he's really grown on me, Marius. I think he's the companion who definitely grows and changes the most throughout the game. Kai opens up a lot more as well. I knew he'd have more to say.
Envoy?
Marius.
Blacked out at that Aedyr and the lava tubes beneath Solace. But it seemed different somehow.
He's not gonna love all of that stuff. I spoke to Nandru.
Right. I actually believe you. This is madness, Envoy. You spoke to the founder of Solace.
He's a bit of an asshole.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me. People in Solace always claim they're speaking the word of Nandru. And here you are, actually hearing from the man. Doesn't even really matter what he said if you ask me. There are hundreds of Pargrunen who'd give anything to hear Nandru's voice. Blessed stay impressive is what that is. Envoy? What do you need?
I wonder if I can convince...
If I must.
How knowledgeable are you about boat maintenance?
I know enough to patch a hull or mend a sail. Why do you ask?
Well, I was thinking about it. The weather around here is so tempestuous, and the envoy's already been in one shipwreck. If we end up in a boat, I'd just rather someone knew what they were doing.
If there's one thing I'm good at, it's boats. If there's another, it's pretending I know what I'm doing.
Oh, my hero.
I wonder if we can convince Mahala to... because we've heard from Nandru, who Mahala is ostensibly basing all of her actions on, basically on his word, I wonder if we can convince her to open the doors. See, this is the thing. I'll talk to her about that in a sec. But if we can convince her to open up a little bit by saying that's what Nandru would have wanted, basically. I wonder if that's what we're going to be going for in a second. The thing is, though, I've been saying how I don't want to meddle in someone else's culture. And it's not my responsibility to doom or fix the dwarves. But yeah, if I get the opportunity to make them open their doors a little bit, I would probably take it. People always say they don't mind meddling, etc, etc. What they really mean is they want to make sure when if they meddle, they'll meddle in a way that benefits them. That's exactly the situation here. Like, I don't really want to meddle with the dwarves, unless it's for their benefit. But it's their benefit from my perspective. It's what I think will benefit them. But they are dying, so clearly something has to change. But is that up to me? I don't know.
What happened, Aedyr? Is everyone all right?
Yeah.
Thank you. I cannot explain how afraid I was for my people and our home.
This could have all been avoided if you weren't so stubborn.
Perhaps so. Either way, I understand now the nature of my errors. It will not happen again. Here. I once was this artifact's custodian, but I failed in protecting the keep. This belongs to one who has proven capable of guarding my people. I wish so much that things had gone differently. Marius, could I speak to you?
Right, did she just ask that? Or am I having another nightmare?
No matter what Mahala says, you know we've got your back.
Good. Let's save the hugs and tears for another time. Okay, let's hear it.
I'm so glad you're safe and that you're surrounded by good people.
All right. Waiting for the but?
There's no but waiting. That's all I wanted to say. Truly. I am genuinely happy you found friendship, Marius. You always deserved more than the world gave you. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, you've always given me more than I deserved.
That was nice.
It was a true thing.
Okay. Well, that went well. And it seems like she is I don't know how much I trust her. If she is going to sort it out, as it were. But she says she's going to sort it out. And she sees the error of her ways, so maybe. Break it all down. Bastion of Solace. It's strange looking. Blocking as it's really good. Like, if I was using a shield, I think I'd be all over this. Blocking has a 25% chance to inflict fire damage on the enemy. That seems pretty good. 25 is pretty high. Plus 75 maximum health. Plus 50 maximum stamina. I'm obviously never going to use it, but it sounds pretty good. Right. To the garden, I guess. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I thought we were probably going to be doing about half an hour. It looks more likely that we're going to be doing it like an hour and a half or something. We're just going to play to the end now. I'm not doing another episode after this. I'm in. I'm vibing. And I think if I ended this at an hour, then the next episode would be like quite short. So on we go to inevitably Ludwin. Like, who else would be the final boss? You know, I guess it could be Sappadal.
Closer. We have waited so long.
I guess the option is it's Sappadal or it's, oh, you'll not be able to return. Yeah, this is the end of the game. Like I say, there is no carry on. There's no New Game Plus. But never mind New Game Plus. There's no just carry on and live in the world, apparently. Which I find very strange. Most RPGs have that, but I think we're good. Let's rock out. I can't think of anything else I have to do. I could have gone and upgrade our book a little bit, but no, I think it's a big deal.
Well, this is it, I guess. Feels very different from the last time I left Galawain's tusks. I will say, it's nice to look out and see Solace still standing. Thanks for that.
Yeah, no worries.
Not everyone saw it that way. I guess I'm glad you did.
Solace is still standing. And so are you. We're in this together.
Just so you know, Kai, it's starting to sound like you like me.
If you happen to need a reminder, do let us know. Brooding in silence can be quite the mood killer.
Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fjord, and the Steel Garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Especially when they're led by a woman who doesn't seem interested in staying dead. Not to mention, after we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us.
Maybe curing the Dream Scourge will help?
We should be so lucky.
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
I hear you. This island is weird enough when all we have to worry about are vengeful plans and soul-altering corruption.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown, a land of mystery.
We have to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie.
Both of the women are much more similar to each other, and both of the men are somewhat certain about each other as well. Yep, I'm excited.
Can you imagine? An untouched spiritual wilderness just waiting for us. I have a theory about the garden, or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it. Sappadal has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw visions or hallucinations, and not even the fun kind.
Pinch the bridge of your nose. That's great. What? That's great. Thank you, Yas. It's not really changing my voice. If I pinch the bridge of my nose, I can't. My nose is very hard. Is that always a thing? It doesn't feel like your nose is just cartilage, isn't it? Why is mine so tough? I have a very hardy nose. You're saying there's a chance we all become raving lunatics.
Sanity won't get us through the garden. Madness opens the mind to discovery. So madness is what we need right now. Before we go any further, I have to ask you something. You told the Inquisitor that you intend to free Sappadal. Set them loose upon the world. Is that still the plan?
I'm still struggling with that question.
You're not the only one. Sappadal is responsible for the spiritual health of the living lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in.
Doesn't make it any easier.
Good. Who said it has to be? Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature. If you can call it nature. There's no telling how long we'll be gone. For all we know, time could run backwards in the garden.
Anyone else feel like turning back? This may take a while.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end. Marius?
I told you I'd be with you till the end. I don't go back on my promises. What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsley, If you feel like running back to Quilici, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
And tell Quilici that I missed out on the most exciting part.
Alright then. I think at this point, I know you can lose companions in this game, like if you annoy them enough. I suspect this would be the time. We're in this together.
Fair weather or foul.
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.
Oh, I guess I get the chance to, I've changed my mind a little bit. I am indeed going to do another video. We're going to end this one fairly shortly. And then, so close. I mean, at 1.25% ability cost, it's hardly exciting, but it would have been nice to get it all maxed out. Oh, Giata.
So, this is it. The spiritual epicenter of the living lands. Where it all began, and where it all ends. For so long I have looked out on a horizon full of possibilities. Now that it's here, I'm too scared to breathe. Oh, why am I so anxious?
We're about to do something incredible.
I suppose you're right. I'm frightened, I'm excited. I'm a lot of things right now. Do you remember when Manto Pastor sent you after the heart of an Adragan?
I do. To power his invention.
That was nothing compared to this. We are standing in the beating heart of the living lands. Just imagine what we can do with it. And only one chance to get it right. My parents were going to build a better world for Animancers. That dream was their legacy to me. You and I have come farther than they did. To an impossible place where anything can happen. Anything.
You get to decide what you do with your life. The past has no say in the matter.
I'll try to remember that. I don't know what's going to happen, but you've had my back since the beginning. I won't forget it. Who could rest at a time like this?
Nobody else wants to chit-chat? I don't think Marius is relevant anymore to what's going on. But also, I feel like I think he's the right one to bring, just because Giata, I think, is clearly the most excited about it. Yossi's excited, but in just her curious mage, magic-y sort of way. Giata is more of a soul thing as an Animancer. I think she needs to be there. And also she has a heal. And then if it's Marius versus Kai, originally I would have said Kai, but I've really grown to like Marius. And I think more importantly, because Marius has, as he said, spent his entire life being told his job is to protect the garden, I think he should see it, you know, see what he has spent his life defending, essentially. Why this was all a thing in the first place for his people. Feels right. Ooh. Into the garden we go. Can't say that in an ominous, dramatic way. It's just, I'm just going into the garden, you know? Right, yeah, I suspect this, if I did a double, or just carried on going, the video would be closer to 2 hours. We've not come as far as I expected, I suppose. That first bit in particular, getting down into the sluice gate, took longer than I thought it would. So, one more episode after this. One more episode where we will head into the garden, find Sappadol, and see the end of Avowed. I will see you lovely folks then. Thank you for joining me. Cheers much love as always. Bye-bye.